Hello everyone, welcome to my class where I will be teaching one of the most important chapter, that is reproduction in organism. Before going to the chapter, let us recall what are the things we had studied during last year. During last year, we had studied about different life processes such as digestion, respiration, circulation, transportation and excretion. All these processes are essential for us to survive. Because of all these important life processes, we were called a living organism. In this class, we'll be studying about one of the most important life processes similar to the things what we had studied last year, that is reproduction. So in this class, I'll be teaching about what is reproduction, what are its types, and what are the mode of different types of reproduction along with its significance. Reproduction can be considered or can be called as a biological process where offspring are produced. This reproduction is very much essential for the continuity of life. Because of this reproduction, there is always variation. For example, imagine we all are 20 to 30 students we are studying now, where each and everybody is different from each other. How it is possible? It is possible because of that biological process which is called reproduction. It is the process where one organism gives rise to its offspring which is similar to itself. Several factors such as environment, physiology and living habitats influence the mode of reproduction. So reproduction is a majorly a process जो कि आम कहीपर जे ऑफस्प्रिंग मान प्रोडक्शन होता है. ऑफस्प्रिंग मान कहले कौन ना आम जो कहीपर रिप्रोडक्शन हूँ से प्रोसेस जो कि आमर पिला छुआ जन्म होबार मेथड टाक आम कह गोटे रिप्रोडक्शन जो प्लांट्स मेनी प्लांट्स को तैयारी करे डिफरेंट वेरिएशन देखा जाए एवं कंटिन्यूटी ऑफ लाइफ देखा जाए. तेणु आम कौन कहीपर रिप्रोडक्शन ताले रिप्रोडक्शन हूँ गोटे प्रोसेस जो कि आम कहीपर यहाँ हूँ से प्रोसेस जोटा कि मेजरली दुईटा मेजर पर्पस सर्व करुँची. फर्स्ट हूँ कंटिन्यूटी ऑफ लाइफ एंड सेकेंड प्रोसेस हूँ वेरिएशन. वेराइटीज जोटा कहुए स्पाइसीनेस इज द ब्यूटी ऑफ नेचर. वेराइटी प्रोडक्शन different types of reproduction are there which can be classified into two major types. One is sexual reproduction and one is asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is the type of reproduction where only one parent is involved. In this process, there is no gamete formation and there is no fusion of the gamete. It always takes place in the somatic cells or vegetative cells, where large number of offspring are produced by a process called mitotic division. The mitotic or equational division we had studied already in 11th class. Asexual reproduction क्या कहुए ना asexual reproduction हूँ से रिप्रोडक्शन जो कि आम देखिपर केवल गोटे पेरेंट्स इनवॉल्वमेंट होता है. आउ से गैमेट्स बोली किसी वर्ड न कहूए केवल कहूए जे सोमाटिक सेल रे बा वेजिटेटिव सेल जमीक रूट लीफ एंड स्टेम ये सब को नहीं जो रिप्रोडक्शनटा होता है सेटा asexual रिप्रोडक्शन कहुए. अब आम देखा जेकोसी मंदार फुलटे नि जेकोसी टगर फुलटे नि सब फूलर एका भाया सब पत्र एका भाया ये हूँ सब गोटे asexual रिप्रोडक्शन उदाहरण जो कि माइटोटिक डिविजन बा इक्वेशनल डिविजन होता है जोटा कि आम कहते सोमाटिक सेल डिविजन. आ गोटे मोस्ट इंपोर्टाट रिप्रोडक्शन हूँ सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन. Sexual reproduction involves the formation and fusion of gametes. What are gametes? Gametes are the units of reproduction. There are two types of gametes. One is male gamete and one is female gamete. Male gamete is released by the male parents, that is testis, which is similar to androecium in plants, and gynoecium or ovary releases eggs or ova from the female parent or from the female gamete, which forms the female gamete. Sexual reproduction involves two parents. I told already that one is male gamete or male parent and the other is female parent. The fusion takes place and it involves meiosis. Meiosis, it is the reductional division where one gamete, one product can be divided into four major parts. This sexual reproduction always involves or always results in formation of lesser number of offsprings. हामी जदि सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन कथा कहवा तो सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन कौन होची ना एथरे दुईटा पेरेंट दरकार हुए गोटे आम कह मेल पुरुष गोटे फिमेल बा स्त्री कहीपर जो पुरुष और स्त्री संगम जो प्रोसेसटा होता है जोटा सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन होता है से कौन करती ना टेस्टिज रू आम स्पर्म रिलीज होता है एवं ओभारी रू एग रिलीज हो फ्यूजन हो जाइगोटा फॉर्मेशन होता है एवं जाइगोटा कौन करे ना एम्ब्रियो एंड इन कोर्स ऑफ टाइम इट फॉर्म्स द एडल्ट एंड अदर थिंग्स सेटा कुछ हमर सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन जो थ्री के आम मेजरली कहि परिबा जे गैमेट फॉर्मेशन है हमर जो प्रोसेसटा है थाए. Now let us discuss in elaborately what is asexual reproduction. Already I have told that asexual reproduction does not involve gamete for fusion. It takes place in somatic cells and mostly this asexual reproduction takes place in lower organisms such as Monera, Protista and fungus. Last year we had studied about 5 kingdom classification by R.H. Whitaker where he had told us Monera, Protista, fungus, then Plantae and Animalia. These are the 5 major kingdoms we had studied. So except the plant and animal kingdoms, we can consider that asexual reproduction takes place in Monera, Protista and fungus, the lower organisms, the lower plants, the lower organisms where asexual reproduction takes place. There are several modes of reproduction of asexual such as fragmentation, budding, fission, spore formation and gamete formation. So what is fragmentation? The first process is fragmentation. Fragmentation is the process where accidental breakage of vegetative cells takes place and the main parent body breaks down into two parts. The main parent body breaks down into two parts. It always takes place in lower plants such as algae, fungus and bryophyta, and some of the lower animals such as sponge or porifera and hydra. फ्रागमेंटेशन टा कहया बोले कौन होची ना इमेजिन कर हम गोटे चक पीस टे नेबा एवं ताकू खंड खंड करी हम खंड खंड कर देबा खंड खंड करिया प्रोसेस टा हम फ्रागमेंटेशन कहूचे जो थरे कि हमें गोटे को दिखंड करि दउचे दिखंड टा चारि खंड करूचे एमिति हमें भांगी चलिया प्रोसेस टा हम फ्रागमेंटेशन करिले. Next process is fission. Fission is the process of division of one parent into two equal parts. It is slightly different from fragmentation, where fragmentation involves formation of unequal parts, whereas fission involves the formation of equal parts. That's why sometimes it is called binary fission, where amoeba breaks down and forms two different parts, which upon subsequently when it gets favorable conditions, it germinates or it grows into one individual. One amoeba equally divides and it forms two important organisms. So that is called binary fission. In some of the organisms such as Plasmodium vivax, such as Stanaria, the main body divides into more parts, more number than two. That is called multiple fission. In that condition, what happens? Many parts are formed which are again equal parts. So that is called binary. That is called fission. Fission कहले से प्रोसेस टा हम बुझेबा जोथिरे कि हम कोन करिबा फ्रैगमेंटेशन और फिशन दीटा को मोस्टली इक्वल फ्रैगमेंटेशन रे अनइक्वल पार्ट्स फॉर्मेशन होई थाए किंतु फिशन रे हमर इक्वल पार्ट्स फॉर्मेशन होई थाए जेमति कि हम उदाहरण रे आमीबार कोन सेफ स्ट्रक्चर न थाए से कोन करे ना भांगी जाए ता भीतर जो न्यूक्लियस टा थाए जो साइटोप्लाज्म सराउंडिंग करी न थाए जो न्यूक्लियस टा भांगी जाइना एलोंगेट हेइना हमर कोन होछि ना दीटा इक्वल पार्ट फॉर्मेशन करिबाटा को हम फिशन जेटा बाइनरी फिशन में उदाहरण देई थाए. The next process is budding. Budding is a process where an extra outgrowth forms in the main body. That extra outgrowth, when gets separated or gets detached from the parent body and falls on the ground, of unfavorable conditions, it germinates into new organism or new plants. It is mostly seen in hydra. And it can also be takes place in unicellular fungus, yeast, where we can classify them also as external budding and internal budding. External budding, what happens? Now that the complete organism is formed from a portion which gets detached from the parent body, and the internal budding takes place by the formation of internal structures inside the body like gammules which are surrounded by a protective covering, and these gammules when gets detached or gets separated from the body, it forms the internal body. बोर्डिंग टा होची सही प्रोसेस जो कि आम कहि परिबा ना पेरेंट बॉडी रु गोटे एक्स्ट्रा आउटग्रोथ बॉडी रु सेपरेट हे से नुआ ऑर्गन फॉर्मेशन करबाटा को हमर कहा जाय बॉडी. The last process is sporulation. It is the process of formation of spores which are formed inside a structure called sporangia. When the sporangia bursts, the spores comes out, and when it falls into the ground, it germinates into the new plants or it can give rise to the new organisms. There are two types of spores. One is motile spores and another are non-motile spores. The motile spores are zoospores, which has generally flagella. It can move from one place to another place. And the non-motile spores cannot move because they lack flagella and other locomotory structures. To give an example, let us consider. Imagine करो गोटे हम बेलून टे नौचे, बेलून टा भीतर हम सोरिष मंजी रखीचे एवं बेलून टा हमर गोटे सूता सहित बंधा हेचे. एबे बेलून टा को हम कहिबा गोटे स्पोरांजिया. बेलून भीतर जो सोरिष मंजी रखी ताको हम कहिया स्पोर्स, आउ जो सूता टा को हम धरचे सेटा कहिया स्पोरांजियोफोर. द स्ट्रक्चर व्हिच होल्ड्स द स्पोरांजिया. ताहले हमर ए जो नॉन मोटाइल स्पोर्स रा कोन होई परिबो ना कोनिडिया and aplanspore, whereas the motile spores are zoospores. आमे जदि देखिबा zoospore कोन हबो केमति मन रखिया zoospore को एरा गोटे 1 मार्क क्वेश्चन सबले हमर पढे परीक्षा रे zoospore एत पे मन रखिया ना जू माने एनिमल्स, सो एनिमल्स कैन मूव. तो सही प्रकार हम कहि परिया जे zoospore टा होची हमर कोन होची ना motile spores. So the conidia are non-motile spores which are formed exogenously. माने हम कहि परिया जे से स्पोरा कोन होची ना हम अंगूठी जदी इमेजिन करो एटा पेंसिल स्ट्रक्चर आंगुठी जेमती आमर हाथ में लगी से प्रकार ये स्पोर सब बाहर थाए और बाहर जो स्पोर बाहर को जाए से सिंगल ऑर्गेनिज्म फॉर्मेशन करता है। सो टू समराइज टुडेज क्लास, we studied what is reproduction. That is, reproduction is a biological process which involves the formation of offsprings. It serves the process of continuity of life, and the second process is variation. Then there are two types of reproduction. One is asexual reproduction and one is sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is uniparental, whereas sexual reproduction is biparental, or involvement of two parents involves. Then we studied about what are the asexual reproduction, such as fragmentation, budding, sporulation. Then we studied about fission. So I'll be in next class I'll be teaching about the various modes of vegetative reproduction. Till then, revise the chapters, and any doubt you can please contact me over my phone. Thank you.